Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my wish list for 2022. So these are things that I think they're a little above the realm of predictions because the probability of them happening, it varies. Some are more possible than others. But yeah, I'm just going to be talking about some stuff that I want. I don't really know if there are any disclaimers for this video. This is obviously my opinion, but we already know that. So let's just get into the video. Okay, so I know that they just debuted, so talking about a comeback is a bit premature, but I think it needs to be said. Now, ever since they have revealed the concept of Got the Beat, initially I was excited. I'm like, okay, basically like female Super M, love to see it. But then they were talking about how the lineup was gonna rotate, and I was like, pause. We need to talk about the fact that SM literally has 50 million male idols. Like in NCT alone, there's already what, 2 to 3 times the lineup of Got the Beat. And there are a total of five female artists still in the company. Yet they're like, you know what? This unit is the one that needs to have a changing lineup. Like that bothers me so much. So I really would love to see another mini album or maybe an album if we're talking about wishful thinking with this exact lineup, just because one song is not enough, and I feel like there's a concept out there that kind of suits them better or is a bit more interesting. Don't get me wrong, I love Step Back and I do like this concept, but I feel like these people could do literally anything. So I feel like we should do something more innovative and more fun than kind of the semi-generic girl crush thing. Now, the probability of this actually happening, I'm not gonna say anything yet. But listen, remember how SM in circa 2017, 2018, they were like, yeah, NCT Dream is a rotating unit and people are gonna graduate, right? But then every citizen and their mom was like, no, Seven Dream needs to stay together. I feel like we need to pull one of those moments, all five people collectively that Step Back, we need to pull together and make sure that this unit stays the same, because I feel like they need to do something a bit more substantial before they switch the lineup. So everyone, this is our task. We need to make this happen. But yeah, the probability, I really don't know. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Not that likely, but who knows what could happen. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Red Velvet is coming up on their contract renewal this year, so I don't know how that is going to affect the probability of this. I can't really say, side note, whether I think Red Velvet will stay together. I think they will. Most SM artists typically stay at the company, but watch me say that and then all of them leave. But who knows what would happen. But anyway, whether she's with SM or not, or whatever happens with Red Velvet, I really just want her to have a solo because almost every other member of Red Velvet has had a solo. And I know she did the subunit with Irene, but still, I need a full Solgi era. It needs to happen. We deserve it. She deserves it. We would all like to see it. The probability of this actually happening, if she stays in SM, I'm gonna give it a 4. Don't trust them. But if she leaves, it goes up to about a 6, maybe a 7, because I feel like literally any other company would see her and be like, she needs a solo now, give it to her. Yep, yep, yep. I need us to just all take a moment to collectively sigh. That is how I feel talking about this. Because I bet you, half the people watching this video, when they saw the treasure coming out of the dungeon, they were like, oh, I forgot about treasure. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Say what you will about YG's quote unquote marketing strategy, which is an entire another video, and I really don't want to get on my soapbox right now, so we're gonna leave that where it is. But it doesn't work for debuts because people are gonna forget that your group even exists if they don't have a catalog of hits to remember. When Blinks are going through their sad periods and not getting anything from Blackpink, they could listen to the old music and be like, wow, this is so good. But I mean, you can do that for Treasure because they have a couple songs, but the general public is not gonna remember them. They're gonna be like, remember that one group from a long time ago that we don't remember the name of because they never had any other comebacks other than those 4 songs. Yeah, exactly. Nobody is gonna remember your group if they don't have comebacks. So I'm just hoping, I'm sure they'll have at least one comeback, but 2 maybe? 2 mini albums? I don't know. Maybe an album and a repackage? I don't know. But yeah, the probability of this happening, I mean, I'm sure they'll have at least one comeback. So that's a 5. But then if it's anything more than one, the probability goes down to like a three, maybe even a two. It's just sad, sad days. Listen, listen. I know how this sounds. First Treasure and now this. You guys can play the clown music if you want to, but I'm just saying what I want. And what I want is a Jenny comeback. Like, oh my gosh. Solo was good or whatever, and like everyone kind of hated it, but everyone also loved it. So I want another Jenny era. I really do. I don't know why, but I just feel like I don't know, especially after like the whole lazy scandal and like just everything that's happened. I just feel like she has something to prove now. And I need her to come out with a song and I need her to just demolish everyone and be like, we called her lazy? Like, no, no. Yeah, I just need an era to like, I don't know, but I also just like want to see something from her. And I really feel like Solo, like I said, just wasn't like her best, really. I don't know, I just want a good song. So basically, what I'm trying to say is don't let Teddy anywhere near the studio. Yeah, Jenny, come back, please. Thank you. Now, the probability of this happening is quite literally a 1. If we're going to be dramatic, a -5. But if it does happen, I can say I told you so. If it doesn't happen, which it most likely won't, then we can all just cry together. In a perfect world, Luna would have no bad songs. But sadly, we do not live in a perfect world, and Luna does have some bad songs, particularly like their B-sides these past couple eras and like their title tracks. Don't get me started on Paint the Town. Oh my goodness. I don't want to slander Luna, so all I have to say is yikes. But I just want them to like suddenly wake up and remember that they do know how to make good music and that they have really talented members, and it's unfair for them to just be making all of these songs that are quite literally not good. I really want like the golden age of Luna back, like the solos and their first mini album and Butterfly, just all of that. I need it back. I need it back. Butterfly isn't even my favorite thing in the world, but I would take a million butterflies over like everything that we've seen in like the past couple years. So, well, not everything. There are like a few exceptions, you know. There are like some good B-sides hidden in there, but like for the most part, I feel like their recent sound is really like underutilizing like all of the vocalists and dancers and just like amazing people that they have in the group. So, yeah. Now, with the trajectory that their music has been taking recently, the likelihood of this happening is very slim. But I mean, I would probably say like a 2. If I'm being a little hopeful, I would say a 4, but I just don't really think it's gonna happen. But I don't know, maybe they'll like accidentally like make a song that I like and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. And like there's some good B-sides on there. I don't even care if we get like one comeback and it's a mini album and it's like 5 songs. If they're good, I will take it. I will take quality over quantity every single day. All the time, all the time. I just want some good Luna music, you guys. Lehigh and Chungha are without a doubt my favorite soloists in K-pop. So the idea of them collabing is just like incredible. Now you might be like, Michaela, you literally pulled this out of thin air. Like this is not gonna happen. But in Lehigh's series where she's trying to figure out what company to go to, she goes to like what are they called? M&H. And she talks to Chungha. So they are friends. And they were like chumming it up, you know. I was thinking that maybe like we would get one, like a collab on maybe Chungha's album or Lehigh's album from last year because they both came out with albums last year, but it didn't happen. So I really feel like 2022 is the year. Like, come on, guys. I don't care whether it's like a special single or like a B-side because Chungha is working on an album. So like, just hoping, keeping my fingers crossed. The probability of this happening, I'm gonna say it's like a 6. Is that influenced by how much I want it to happen? Yes, but I just, I need to dream. I need to. When I say this, I don't necessarily mean a better title song, as in just me trying to dig on Beautiful, which I will do in a moment, but I mean the era as a whole. But since we already mentioned Beautiful, let's start there. Okay, first of all, I just don't really like this song. I feel like it has like that, like corporate happy sound, but not like bumped up to 10. It has like, it's like on like a level, like 5 maybe. It just isn't very like, I don't know, it's just kind of boring to me. It's like the equivalent of like making a ballad, like a very paint by numbers ballad. That's what this feels like a paint by numbers, like sweet, happy pop song. Like, it's just like no. But I also think that it's not really realistic to try to make a song where 23 people, or I guess in this case 21 people, where 21 people get somewhat equal time to sing and rap. It's just not gonna happen. So I feel like even the same thing applies to Resonance and how they like put the songs together to try and make it like include everyone, which I feel like ruined the performance aspect of the song, but like we're not going to get into that, which is why I feel like Black on Black was the best example of a group song, because that one was like, we're here to dance, we'll throw in like one rap and one chorus and we'll just call it a day, you know, like there are little featured parts, but it's mainly about the dancing. So that's what I really liked about that, and I wish they would kind of continue that energy into these other songs rather than trying to make proper songs where you hear the members sing, because that's what literally all the other songs on the album are for. Now, speaking of the albums, I honestly feel like Resonance and Universe are like equally good albums. I just really like them both. I think that they bring good things to the table. And while it is tempting to say that Universe is the best era and album overall, simply because of okay, Resonance also has Faded in My Last Song, and the repackage has 90s Love. So I feel like they're neck and neck, honestly. Can't compete. But in terms of the era, I just think that Resonance was so much better. Like they actually had other content to like supplement the music. The timing of the release was also really good. What I mean by that is in Universe, they just kind of like released the album, and then there was like some stuff. They did do like a season 2 of like Awkward But It's Okay, which like isn't really one of my personal favorites, but other people seem to like it. So I'll let you guys have your moment. And like sure, we got like recording diaries and like behind the scenes stuff, but in terms of more like higher quality quote unquote content, there just wasn't really much of it with everyone. Like whereas Resonance had, they literally had NCT World 2.0, which is like one of the best NCT variety series, and they also had the relay cams, which the relay cams are kind of flawed, but like the idea of, you know, just like these like videos made by the members that are really cute and like down to earth or whatever, like I like the concept. Same thing with yeah, so that was kind of their appeal, but they didn't really do like anything like that during Universe. They just kind of like put the videos out there and some behind the scenes stuff, but nothing else. And it's kind of like the whole point of why people like these whole group comebacks is to see all the different units like interact and all of that stuff. It's like one big crossover episode, but like it's just not as fun if the units don't, you know, interact, and we don't get to see more situations with them and like more just like funny stuff and just like more content in general that's like actual content and not just like behind the scenes, which like I do like to see, but like, you know, it's good to have a mix of both. And it's especially weird when you think about like NCT 127 or even NCT Dream, and I'm sure Wavy, like they have high quality like variety series on their YouTube that like they made. So it's like, why don't they just literally do that for the whole group? Like I understand like budget, but it's like next level, like where are the next level royalties gonna go? Like come on. So yeah, I just hope that next year they don't really like rush it sort of. And I also think that this era felt a little rushed because last year they were able to do an album and a repackage because they kind of timed it correctly. And then, you know, like the promotions for 90s Love were like at the same time as award show season, but like this year it was like they were trying to promote like the like one of the main songs, Universe, at the same time that award show season was happening, and it was just very chaotic. And I just hope that they kind of like move it up in the year a little bit, so maybe we can get like an album and then a repackage and then maybe like some special award show performances that they actually have like time to create, and they're not just like rushing through or like performing the song the exact same way that you would see it on a music show at literal mama. I don't know. So the probability of this happening is like 50-50. I just hope that like we get back to like the resonance, like understanding what an era is and like how to deliver it, rather than just kind of like putting it out there and like checking off the box of like NCT whole group comeback done. Now, I really don't think that the vast majority of these things are going to happen, but now you guys know what would happen if I was somehow the supreme ruler of K-pop, and I think it's good for both of us to know that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.